You open your eyes before. You is a silent ocean wreckage, bodies crashing against the waves, silence rings in your ears, you are alone. No phone, no food, clothes stuck to your butt, saltwater stings your wounds. Panic is rising. But right now, the main thing begins, the fight for life. You have only 72 hours, 3 days that will decide whether they will find you or you will become another one who disappeared forever, make a mistake, and that's it. Every action, every decision can save or destroy. Watch to the end to learn how to survive and not repeat the mistakes of others. The first 10 minutes, panic kills, you survived. But now your main enemy is not hunger, not the heat, and not even wild animals. Your enemy is panic. The first 10 minutes after a shipwreck are the most dangerous. A wave of adrenaline floods your body. Your heart is pounding in your throat. Your breath is out of breath. You are shaking. You can't think. This is the moment when most people make fatal mistakes. They jump into the water. They go at random. They leave debris. They lose strength. Remember, fear can be deceived. Just sit down. Take 5 deep breaths. Look around. Slowly and consciously, you are alive. This is already a victory. Assess the situation. Is there a shelter? Dry debris? Maybe a can of water? What do you have? What can you use right now? Remember, no need to think 3 days ahead. Live from task to task. First get warm, then find water, then a safe place. Every little thing now is a matter of life, and panic is not your ally. Where to look for the shore and how to get out if you are in the open ocean. 90 seconds. You are alone in the middle of the ocean. There is only water around. The shore is a myth. The land is somewhere there. Beyond the horizon, the main thing is not to row blindly. This is not a movie. You don't know where the shore is. Senseless attempts to get out at random will kill your strength. You will still have to save it drop by drop. What to do? First, stay afloat. If you have a life preserver, a raft, a board, that's your home. Protect your head from the sun, clothes, a life jacket, even seaweed. Everything will do. The sun kills no worse than sharks. Now watch. Where to look for the shore and how to get out. You're in the water, maybe on a life preserver. Maybe you're just holding on to a piece of debris. You can see the horizon, but you don't know where the land is. The first rule, don't panic and don't paddle blindly. A sudden movement is a waste of energy, and without strength, you won't last long. Look carefully. Look for traces of birds, especially those flying low and in circles. Many of them do not fly far from the shore. Look for the current. Foam on the water, garbage, seaweed, all this can pull towards the land. Sometimes debris accumulates where the current carries it to the shore. If visibility is good, look for a difference in the horizon. Sometimes the shore gives itself away by the outline of trees or rocks. Even clouds can tell. They stay above the land longer. Do you have strength? Row in the direction where there are more signs of life. No? Then secure yourself, save your strength, stay afloat. A homemade sail from clothes or an oar from a board, everything will come in handy day. Use the sun as a guide. In the morning, it rises in the east. In the evening, it goes to the west. And most importantly, think about how to survive and not just how to get out. The path to the shore is a path through fear, pain, hope. You must go through it so that the next battle begins on land. What to look for first? Water or shelter? Instinct tells you to look for water, but the truth is that without shelter, you won't survive until that water on the shore. The day can burn you with heat, and the night will kill you with cold. So the first thing is shelter. Look around. Are there any debris that can be used as a roof? Leaves, branches, bark? Sometimes even the shadow of a large rock can save a life. Use everything you have, a life jacket. Pull it like a pillow between your body and the ground clothes. Better dry, but even wet. Protection from the wind, polyethylene, awning, a piece of fabric. An excellent basis for a temporary canopy. The main thing, do not stay on the open beach. At night, the temperature drops. The wind from the ocean pierces to the bones. The sand quickly cools down, and without protection, you will freeze. Shelter will give you a chance to think, gather strength. Survive the first night, only then, water. Look for animal tracks, green areas nearby. Places where the soil is wetter than the rest. Water is important, but without shelter, you will not last until the morning. How not to die from dehydration? You can survive without food, but without water, only 3 days, and in the heat, even less. The first signs of dehydration, dry mouth, dizziness, weakness, urine becomes dark. And if you do not start to act, everything will end quickly. Look for water in any form in the morning. Collect dew from leaves with a cloth, squeeze it into a container, or put it straight into your mouth. If it's raining, use whatever you have to collect the drops, a bottle, a shell, a piece of metal, put them at an angle, and catch the water puddles. Filter pass through several layers of cloth grass, moss, coal from a fire. All of this can be turned into a filter. Yes, the taste will be disgusting, but you'll get a chance. If the sun is blazing and the water is only salty, build a solar still. Dig a hole, put a mug in the center, pull a film or clothes on top. The drops evaporate, condense, and flow straight into the container, slowly, but it saves lives. And never, do you hear? Never drink seawater and urine too. It will speed up dehydration and not slow it down. If you find muddy water, it's better to boil it. If there's no fire, filter it, and at least wait until the sediment settles. Only then drink carefully, in small sips. The main thing is not to lose your head. Every drop can save your life. Searching for food. Is it worth the effort? You feel hungry. It cramps your stomach. You think you need to eat something urgently, but stop. You can survive without food for up to 3 weeks, but wasted energy can cost you your life. The first rule, food is not a priority if you are dehydrated or have not arranged shelter. But if you have the strength, start with the simplest. The ocean gives at low tide. Examine the rocks. Look for mollusks, crabs, sea snails. If you are lucky, you can find small fish in puddles, cut off by the low tide. You can eat them raw, but it is better to fry them. If you have a fire, if you do not know if they are edible, do not touch them. Poisoning without medical assistance is a death sentence. If there is a forest or a jungle nearby, examine the plants. Look for fruits, nuts, roots. Avoid bright, poisonous flowers and white juice. It can be toxic, remember. If you are not sure, do not eat. And now, about catch. If you don't have any gear, use a spear made from a sharpened stick, traps made from driftwood and seaweed. The water is leaving, but fish remain in the holes. Be careful. Hunger should not turn into a trap. The most important thing is not to take risks. Save your strength. Food is a plus, but your task is to survive and not to arrange a dinner from a survival movie. How to send a rescue signal? Survival is one thing, but you still need to be found. Without a signal, you are just a dot on the map that no one will see. First location of the camp, look for an open place, a beach, a hill, a gap between trees. Your task is to be as visible as possible from the air and from the water. Create an SOS signal. Lay out large letters from stones, logs, clothes, at least 3 meters in length, so that it can be seen from above. Ideally, a contrasting color so that it stands out against the background? Do you have metal, a mirror, a piece of glass? Use them as reflectors. You can point them at a plane or helicopter. The bright flash can attract attention. Next up is smoke. Collect wet leaves, wet grass, green branches. Add to the fire to create thick, dark smoke. The higher and more contrasting the column, the better. No smoky materials? Make a torch. Wrap a stick in cloth, soak it in fat, oil, or resin, and set it on fire. This can be seen from a very long way in the dark. Noises also a signal whistle, blows on metal, shouting at regular intervals. Repeating sounds are perceived as artificial and can alert rescuers. And when are there more chances of being noticed? At dawn and dusk, the contrast is higher and the smoke is more visible. During the day, you can use reflection at night, light, or noise. Remember, the more often and loudly you announce yourself, the higher the chances of salvation. Silence kills. Sleeping accommodations and protection from wild nature. When the sun goes down, another battle begins. Darkness hides not only fear, but also real danger first. Choosing a place to sleep, avoid lowlands where moisture accumulates. Snakes and other creatures can also crawl there. Do not lie under trees with rotten branches. They can fall. It is better to find a flat, dry area slightly above sea or water level. Second, protection from the living world, insects. Make a mosquito net from fabric or a rescue blanket. If you don't have a net, smear open areas with mud. This is the simplest, but working armor against bites. Snakes and spiders are afraid of vibrations. Make a primitive fence from branches, thorns, or even threads with pendants. At night, any rustle is a signal. You can even tie a thread around the camp with cans, bones, and shells tied to it. If someone gets through, you'll hear them. Fire is your night ally. If you have the resources, leave a smoldering fire. Animals are afraid of fire, and the smoke will drive away mosquitoes. But everything must be safe. Don't make a flame under branches or in the wind. Now, the main thing, don't fall asleep deeply. Divide the night into phases. Wake up every 40-60 minutes. Check the situation. It's better to interrupt your sleep than to wake up in the mouth of a wild animal beast. And remember, the night is not for rest. The night is for survival. If you survive until the morning, half the victory is already won. Motivation. Why should you survive? When the body no longer obeys. When the brain screams, everything, the end. When you are alone and it seems that no one will come, it is at this moment that everything is decided. The desire to live is not a feeling. It is a choice. Every minute you choose to surrender or to fight, survival is not about strength. It's about will. Set small goals, reach that palm tree. Light a fire, find some water. Every little thing is a victory. Every victory is a step forward. One man survived 10 days without food because he counted shells. Another escaped from the jungle by repeating to himself, "The children are waiting at home." They were saved not by a machete or an alarm. They were saved by the thought that everything is still possible. You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to know everything. You just have to not give up. And if you are there now, on the shore, wet, hungry, tired, if the whole world is silent, know somewhere someone will be looking for you. But first, you must save yourself. 72 hours have passed. You are tired, you are exhausted, but you are alive. You did the main thing. You didn't break. Remember, in any critical situation, the most important thing is not strength, not food, not water. The most important thing is you yourself.